Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Lindsie Chrisley defends Todd despite Savannah. The entire Chrisley family has been through a lot over the last few years. Now Lindsie is actually defending her dad, however, going against her sister while she does it. Needless to say, fans are confused and annoyed. Keep reading to see what Lindsie said and how fans are reacting. Todd Chrisley gets fired. Todd Chrisley is currently serving time in prison where he was working a job at the chapel. As previously reported, he had an administrative job where he would help set up for services for people of different religious backgrounds. However, he was recently fired from that position. Why did they let him go from his prison job? His office that he worked out of was located next to the residential drug abuse program, where apparently Todd would talk to the inmates in the program. Apparently, the prison wasn't fond of this, and they let him know. However, he didn't listen. Of course, this got him fired from the job. Lindsie Chrisley defends him. Lindsie and Chris have had a tough relationship, however now, she's actually defending him on her Instagram. In a recent story, she shared a screenshot of an article about her dad being let go, to which she responded, "I don't want to start anything with my sister whatsoever. I love you for whatever that means," she starts. In the past, Savannah has gotten very upset if Lindsie talked about their father, considering their strained relationship. She continues writing, "BOP, how are you going to justify removing him from the chapel? God chose all of the sinners, which I agree. Without acceptance, there will never be change. God created us all as sinners and we all fall short of the glory of God. This is foul and unjust. He's not doing the wrong thing. This is sickening and horrifying." One person shared the screenshot to Reddit, writing, "Lindsie, your entitlement is showing." Everyone on the thread chimed in, seeming to agree. "Dear Chrisley offspring, just STFU already. All of you, please just STFU. Let the prisons handle their own business. Thank you. I love when hypocrites start talking about God. Bitch please, did you also forget thou shalt not steal? You can't just pull out certain parts of your religion to fit into your cause and ignore all of the rest. He would still have his job if he had obeyed the rules and not talked to the inmates in the residential drug program." "Oh, that's right. The rules are for everyone else," someone else adds. "Oh dear, dumb asterisk Lindsie. Unjust. There are consequences to rule breaking, you idiot." Another writes, "In the complex world of the Chrisley family, where drama often seems as plentiful as their wealth once was, recent events have shed new light on the bonds and fractures that bind them." Lindsie Chrisley, often cast as the family outlier, has found herself in the spotlight, choosing to defend her father, Todd Chrisley, despite growing tensions with her half-sister, Savannah. The ongoing family drama between Todd, Savannah, and Lindsie underscores just how complicated family loyalty can be when love and pain are so intertwined. The Chrisleys have always lived their lives under a magnifying glass, with each member fiercely loyal to their own perception of truth, and often willing to share it publicly. Savannah and Lindsie, though born into the same family, have had very different relationships with their father. While Savannah, the younger of the two, was often the apple of Todd's eye, charmed by his charisma and protective nature, Lindsie had a more complicated journey with him. For years, the relationship was strained, plagued by arguments and misunderstandings. In the past, she even distanced herself from the Chrisley family brand, opting to create her own identity, one that felt separate from the influence of her father. However, recent events seem to have shifted the dynamic once more. Todd's legal battles, the allegations, and eventual convictions have brought all these simmering tensions to the surface, leaving each family member to decide where they stand. Savannah has been vocal in her defense of her father, championing his innocence and calling out what she sees as unfair treatment by the legal system. Her fierce loyalty and refusal to back down have garnered support and criticism in equal measure from fans and the public alike. But Lindsie's response has surprised many. Despite her complicated history with Todd, she's chosen a more measured approach. She doesn't seem intent on exonerating him publicly with the same ferocity as Savannah, yet she's made it clear that she still cares deeply for her father. In interviews, she has expressed compassion for Todd's plight, voicing concerns about his well-being and the toll the legal battles have taken on him. This has left fans and family members wondering, why is Lindsie defending Todd now, especially given her strained history with him? The answer may lie in the growth that often comes from hardship. In recent years, Lindsie has faced her own challenges: divorce, motherhood, and a string of public controversies that in many ways mirrored her father's own turbulent journey. In defending Todd, Lindsie seems to have taken a step towards healing her own wounds, recognizing that familial bonds are often too deep to sever entirely, even in the face of betrayal or pain. Her relationship with Savannah, however, has taken a different trajectory. Savannah has made no secret of her loyalty to Todd, and in her eyes, Lindsie's approach may appear too neutral or even disloyal. The sisters have reportedly clashed on more than one occasion, with Savannah publicly questioning Lindsie's motives. She's questioned why Lindsie wasn't more supportive of Todd in the early stages of his legal troubles, suggesting that Lindsie's current stance is more about saving face than showing genuine care. Savannah's criticism cuts deep, especially for Lindsie, who has spent much of her adult life distancing herself from the Chrisley brand. For years, she faced public scrutiny not just as a Chrisley but as the Chrisley who often didn't agree with the rest of her family. This separation was both her choice and a survival mechanism. In a family known for its tight-knit unity and unwavering loyalty, being the black sheep can be isolating. And yet, it seems that the trials and tribulations of the past few years have softened her, made her reconsider what loyalty truly means. For Lindsie, defending Todd doesn't mean dismissing his actions or ignoring her own experiences with him. Rather, it's an acknowledgement that he is still her father, and despite their differences, there is a bond there that neither fame, fortune, nor scandal could fully sever. It's a defense not of Todd's innocence but of his humanity, a subtle yet powerful distinction. Lindsie sees him as flawed, just as she sees herself. She understands that people make mistakes, that they hurt those they love, and that sometimes the only path to peace is forgiveness, even if it's never verbalized. This choice to publicly stand by Todd in any capacity, however, is not without consequence. Her relationship with Savannah, already on shaky ground, appears to have been further strained by this decision. Savannah, who has always held tight to the image of the strong, loyal daughter, sees Lindsie's defense as a betrayal, a reminder of the years when Lindsie chose to distance herself from the family's drama. For Savannah, there is little room for ambivalence. You're either in the Chrisley camp or you're not, and Lindsie's lukewarm defense feels like a half-hearted gesture. But family dynamics are rarely black and white. To expect Lindsie to adopt Savannah's stance would be to ignore the complicated history that has shaped her perspective. Lindsie's decision to defend Todd, even in a subdued way, is not necessarily an endorsement of his actions, but a statement of her own growth, her ability to see beyond past hurts and acknowledge the connection they still share. In a world where family loyalty often feels performative, Lindsie's defense, however subdued, feels genuine, a testament to the resilience that lies beneath her public persona. The Chrisley saga is far from over, and the rift between Savannah and Lindsie may yet heal, or deepen, depending on how each interprets loyalty and forgiveness. Todd's troubles have left an indelible mark on each of them, yet the scars have different meanings depending on who you ask. For Savannah, loyalty is unwavering, regardless of mistakes or public perception. For Lindsie, loyalty is more nuanced, sometimes quiet, and often expressed in ways that only she understands. In defending her father, Lindsie isn't choosing Todd over Savannah. She's choosing to be her own person, with her own perspective and her own boundaries, hoping perhaps that one day Savannah will understand. The Chrisleys, for all their differences, are still bound by the same family name, and while the world watches them fracture and mend, perhaps even they don't know what lies ahead. Family ties are rarely neat. They're messy, tangled webs of love, resentment, forgiveness, and pain. But perhaps that's why the world remains fascinated by the Chrisleys. They remind us that even when the cameras stop rolling, family drama continues and the search for loyalty, forgiveness, and understanding is universal. And for Lindsie, defending Todd is part of that journey, an imperfect attempt at connection in a family divided, where love still lingers in the spaces between loyalty and betrayal.